What's up, everybody? Get situated here. Seems the bot is working properly. Alright, gamepad stick sensitivity. Don't need that. Some more bug fixes. Anything we know about? Ooh, this bottom one might be one, actually. Improved super force building logic of belt-related blueprints over existing belts. I actually think I know that one. I think I saw some people, like, reporting it or dealing with it or whatever. Basically, when you would build a belt... like the 4x4, the normal 4x4 splitter built over... Ah, yes. We're down here. When you super force built the 4x4 balancer on top of a straight segment of belts, it would introduce an issue. I wonder if that's what they're talking about. What's up, Sneaky Pete? All right. So, what are we doing today? We are working on some what? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's the bobbing up and down. That's crazy. So when you click on it and then you bob up, it deselects it. I know this is maybe a hot take, but I don't think the bobbing should move your character. It should just be visual, and your character should actually be in just one position. Because that's kind of janky, to be honest. Anyway, we are making Prod 3 modules. I don't know if they're being made properly. We are making them. This is running, and currently is trying to make epics. What is... Oh, that's for good reason. We need epic eggs. So... Also, I just realized we need to decon left on that. So is this too slow? This might be too slow. Maybe not. Because, let's see, this, sorry, I'm getting my bearings around me. So, these are definitely too slow. So this needs to request more than 50 eggs, is that it? I guess the problem is that it needs to request... If it requests too many eggs, then we'll just have eggs spoiling. But maybe more than 52 is necessary. Maybe we go to like 80. It is a pretty long trip that they have to make, to be perfectly fair. Yeah, because this needs to be running constantly when we need eggs of a certain type. How did we end up with so many extra rare eggs and nowhere near enough epic eggs? I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have an excess of 12 rares? Like, that makes me wonder if these conditions were off somehow. I mean, I do know that there's, yeah, Pteridorol, the purple one's not being there is totally possible with chance. Having an extra 12 rare eggs feels a little bit unlikely chance-wise. I know it's definitely possible, but let me... let me think about this for a minute. Because we have 15 more eggs than I can use based on processing units. That's a lot of extras. Let me just kind of check everything, make sure nothing's totally jacked up here. It's possible that this was wrong and it was rolling extra rare eggs for a while, and that's where these came from. I wish I could somehow sort out where each of these items came from, because that's definitely not possible, but like if this was adding more rare eggs in, it should have turned off pretty quickly, because this, as soon as we have more than one, because that is equals 0, as soon as we have one rare egg here, it's no longer having this filter. I mean, this should be... I think this is working correctly. I do think this is working correctly. Also, how many eggs does it have to filter through to get to an epic? If the upgrade chance is 20%... probably has to filter through quite a few, because there's only a 1 in 4 chance we get something back. That's only a 1 in 20 chance we get something back and upgrade it. So then, yeah, was that right? So to get an that's why I don't have any epic eggs. It's because I don't think I've probably ever made a single one out of this thing. Because you need 20 eggs to get a single uncommon. And then you would need 20 uncommons, which is 400. I know that there's a little bit of that chance to upgrade straight to a later tier. I am kind of ignoring that, but that does factor in a little bit. But not by a ton. I'm I'm wondering if we need... Can you do quality... I forget. First off, how do we make the nest? Also, senior fiance, I'll get to your comment here in a second. It's a lot of words, so give me a minute. So to make my own, I need cryogenic science packs. Okay, so we can't do that until after Aquilo, but then we can. So for now, we're stuck with just the ones we have. Can we make... I mean, I can't put quality modules in these. We can't get higher quality spawners until then, right? And even then, do higher quality spawners make higher quality eggs? No, they probably just go faster. So is this the only way to make higher quality eggs? What I'm doing right now. I think it is. Unless I'm mistaken. Oh, I just can't get over. All of these rare eggs are just gonna go and disappear. When they spoil. So maybe I need more recyclers here and I need to request more eggs. That is consuming 0.83 per second though. And I'm only making 2.5 a second. Interesting. Alright, so you're trying to gift me subs, but the payment processor wasn't working. But then it charged you this morning. Yeah, that's a bummer. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I don't know. Let me check the history here. What day was that you were trying to do that? Last week? It's not showing up on the announcement thing either, the activity feed. So I don't know. It's possible. I don't know if there's an easy way for me to see. I do see some gifted subs from last, or no, that's not gifted subs. Yeah, I haven't seen anything income-wise for gifted subs since October 23rd. So that's probably not what you're talking about. So if they charged you, now there have been, are you sure you weren't just charged for your regular sub for subbing? Because if that's the case, there have been some Prime subs and regular paid subs. But I don't see anything for gifted subs since October, so Twitch may have screwed up, I'm not sure. I can't see anything other than that specifically. And I haven't gotten any like activity feed notifications about you. And even like if I'm not streaming, if someone subs, it should show up in the activity feed, even if they sub while I'm not streaming. So I would double check that you weren't charged for something for another channel. Because if it was for my channel, I think something may have gotten screwed up somewhere. Anywho, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what else I can do for you, but I appreciate the thought. I don't know what's going on the Twitch side of things though. Ooh, this one's running now. better or worse? Huh. Yeah, in that case, Senior, I would definitely double check with them because, and it's possible, because I'm just looking at my analytics here, and when I go to the revenue tab, I can select where I can only see revenue from gifted subs, and there's nothing since October 23rd. So unless it like somehow exists for me but isn't showing up on my analytics, that would be the only reason I wouldn't see it, I guess. I don't know what's going on. That's super weird. I blame Twitch as usual for being the problem. Okay, so I haven't played in a couple days, so I'm just getting my bearings before we start the video. The main thing we want to do is work on our Aquilo ship in this episode, and that is what we shall do. We've already got a basic design. It's probably not big enough to do all the things we want to do, especially if I want to put nuclear power on here. So why don't I move this down a bit? We'll make it a bit longer. A long boy. Yeah, that might be a bit more of the room we need to do all the processing of stuff. And I might go a little bit wider. We'll see. But before we do that, I just want to make sure we're getting the modules going properly. I think we are. I'm still not really sure how we ended up with so many extra biter eggs. They are just going to spoil, which is then going to create problems. This system is not getting enough eggs. Basically, I need to be making more biter eggs, which would take probably more work than I'm willing to do right now, because I would have to go out and capture one of these bases and then change my walls, and that's not super easy given how I've done things. This would be the easiest spot to do it, would be to just take out these bases, wall off this part, and then I have 3 more, which is like a lot of spawners, like 15 or something. But for now, I think we'll just let this go. We are getting the higher quality prod 3s, albeit not very quickly, but we are getting them. So I'll settle. I guess what we do need to do is set up. We've got speed 3. I need to set up efficiencies for space. I mean, do I though? Yeah, because if I want to do a beacon, a single epic beacon with a single efficiency is gonna like be an absurd power savings. So I do think I want to set that up. So I will copy this. Wait, what do efficiency 3s even cost? Spoilage, of all things. That's funny. At least it's not something that's alive. Yeah, that's not actually a big cost. Alright, super force build. I guess I need to copy this, put it there, change the thing to spoilage, change that request to 1,000. Change this to E3, change that to E2. Say okay, say okay. Alright. And get rid of some trees and rocks. Yeah, the nutrients from eggs, if I end up running out of spoilage, I'll have to do that. I don't think I'm going to need that many E3s, though, so I'll probably be fine. I already have a lot of spoilage here, just from stuff spoiling. I have 50,000, so that's good to go. And then here, I'm just going to copy this. Sweet. Now, oh, I never actually pasted it over the top. That might impact things. All right, and then now we need to copy this. Okay, hold on. I have a lot of these quick parameterize and then change. Can I do that this way? I sure can. I'm being a dummy. E2 and E1. Create blueprint. And then I can just copy that here. Okay. Sweet. Hey, Shahryar. It would be great if they were in a playlist. They are in a playlist. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm like 90% sure I playlistified those. So I would double check that. But I'm glad you've been enjoying them. Testing your first ship for Prometheum science packs. Well, good luck with that. I don't even know what those are yet. I'm excited to get there, though. Okay, so then this should work once these get going. Wait, what? What? Okay, did I go crazy? I swear I pasted the version of this that's making E modules not. I bet I clicked out of it again. I probably should make a bug report for that. It's actually so egregious in my mind. Like, if you click, it just deletes what you did. It shouldn't let you just click out of it. It should force you to either escape or confirm. It just feels so weird that a random click can delete everything. So I probably didn't confirm. I've done that multiple times before. So I would guess that's what I did wrong this time. Which means these are all wrong. Alright, goodness. And I'll get rid of all my modules again, let the bots figure it out. Cool, 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 cool. I was also curious, yeah, we are missing a few epics. Just not very fast to produce anymore. It seems like these finally caught up. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid the spoilers for now on that sort of thing. And now we're out of blue chips, so, you know, classic stuff. Alright, let's record. Hello everybody, Krydax here, and welcome back to our Factorio Space Age playthrough. In our last episode, we got Prod 3, well, I don't actually remember exactly what we did, but we got Prod 3s more figured out. Those have been going for a little while now. And we just started the Aquilo ship, which I've done a little bit on. Basically, we made it a long bullet shape, and I added kind of the core of the defenses, which is going to be some rocket turrets along the pointy edge, and then some gun turrets as well. So the rocket turrets are going to prioritize only the... Where do you find asteroids? Here. Only the bigs and huges, and then the mediums and smalls will be taken out by the gun turrets. And I'll have missiles and ammo, you know, on each side of the belt. And that will be great. And then we needed asteroid collectors, so I was able to fit those in there. And those are uncommons, so they have 2 grabby arms, which should be enough for what we're collecting. I guess maybe I'm wrong, but I think that'll be enough. And then those get thrown onto this belt. So this is the collection belt, the inner belt. And that's collecting asteroid stuff. And then I did make it longer just now, so I probably need to add a few more belts here. And have another gun turret. Because gun turrets have a big range, but it certainly is not infinite. So I shall come down to... something like this. And then we'll do another collector. Maybe down here. I know that there's technically some space between those, but it's a small enough space that, like, asteroids are usually going to land in one of those two spots, and if they don't, like, I'm not literally trying to collect every single asteroid we see forever and ever, so it should be okay. It should be okay. Do this. And then I guess we'll need another turret near the back. Ooh, I love the space music. Why not just do more turrets here in the back? Why not? It's all free at the end of the day. He says, while not doing a lot of other things that could use that same logic. Honestly, I could probably get by without having these middle ones. These cover everything. Well, we'll see. If I end up running... Why don't I have any rocket turrets, by the way? How do we make rocket turrets? How do I play this game? Who am I? Rocket turrets... I can make off the glabes. So I just need to make rocket turrets on Nauvis, and I'm not. I'm not making the rocket turret. Where did I put my new mall, by the way? Is it up here? Oh. I think that's what I had originally thought, but now it's mostly lasers over here. Alright, whatever. We'll just make rocket turrets here. Rocket, launcher, 10 stacks. Rocket turret. Go with 10 stacks, and I will quality module this bad boy. I'm not going to make the rocket turrets in space. That doesn't feel necessary. I will make sure I send up some spares, though. Alright, and then we need these guys to go a little faster. But yeah, so now we're going to have to figure out how to process these asteroids. So we've got a lot of steps to do. Maybe I do nuclear power first. Certainly want to do nuclear power more towards the back, where things are protected and such. So let's go with... Well, I don't know quite yet, but let's go with a double reactor setup, because then we get double our... like, each fuel goes twice as far, which is pretty big deal. I don't actually know if I'll need... what am I trying to say? I don't know if I'll need more than 40 megawatts. I might. But even if I don't, I could run this 1/4 of the time to get 40 megawatts at half the fuel price, right? So that makes sense. I could do 4 for the same reason, but I'll go with 2. And then I should have... I don't remember if I set this up before the end of the episode or not, but I did set up a basic quality loop to recycle the commons and then just make some otherwise. So that should end up with a decent amount of uncommons. If I wanted rares only, I could go for that, I guess. But I don't know if that's quite... I don't know if the juice is quite worth the squeeze on that yet. So I might just go with rare 7 and 6. Let's get a few more turbines made here. And then definitely... how did I end up with no rare thrusters? That feels... Oh, are they on the platform? Yes, I have 3 rares, and that's where they all are. Perfect. Okay, and then we figured out this setup is kind of nice. It looks really neat. And basically, we feed the blue juice into 2 spots, right? Top right here and top right here. So this one has blue juice, this one has blue juice, and that feeds the blue juice through to this guy. And then the orange juice is the same on the left. You are correct. We do have 2 more thrusters if we want them. So that's the thing. So yeah, anyway, we've got that. We need... So if I'm making... Yeah, I guess the question is how much power do we need? Because these are actually enough. Like 5 of these would be enough to handle 80 megawatts, which would be half time on my nuclear plants. But that would mean I would need 10 of the rare turbines. Technically slightly less. Technically slightly less. So yeah, why don't I grab the 7... heat exchangers. 7, huh? And this supports 5. Let's see, what do we do here? Do you think we're gonna ammo loop it? It's the longest distance this can go. Let's get that centered. We're gonna make a nice and symmetrical spaceship, for better or worse. At least this part should be symmetrical. So there's our ammo loop. And then these guys... We have some underground space as well. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so that leaves room for... How many did I say? Wait, 5 of these. What did I... I think 7. 5 of these is enough to handle 80 megawatts. So... Reprocessing the nuclear fuel cells with legendary productivity. Oh yeah, that does sound pretty efficient. Indeed. Okay, so 5 of these is not that bad, actually. And it will have to be offset, unfortunately. But there's nothing I can do about that. Because you can't center it. I could space these out by 1 if I really wanted to make it feel slightly more balanced, but whatever. So that will produce exactly 165 times 5 steam. 165 times 5. 825 steam. I think I like that less. Eh. Anyway, 825. It'd be centered if I did that, is what you're saying? I mean, technically, the whole thing is centered, but the fact that these look uncentered is not going to change, sadly. And that's kind of the sad part for me. But, hey, Mathematical, you're welcome for the satisfactory content. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. So I need to consume 825 steam. 825 divided by 96 is 8.6. So if I have 9 turbines, 9 rare turbines, that would be enough. Which actually means I could do the 7 rares and 2 epics, and that would be more than enough. In fact, it's possible that 7 plus 1 would be enough? No, it wouldn't. Not quite. let's see. How do 9 of these fit in? I mean, I kind of want to do 10 because it just looks better. And if I do 10, they wouldn't all have to be rare, but I would then have to connect them with pipe. So, yeah, Pteridorol, I thought about mirroring it. That was on my idea list too. But I think I just want to go with this. This just feels the simplest and cleanest. And then I can push it all the way towards the back of the line here. So we'll just get to 10 of those, and then that's a solid 80 megawatts that I can have to work with. And I don't need to worry about any solar power or anything like that. I do need to worry about the minimum request for these, because they're never going to request 5. There's just enough jank with this sort of stuff that I'm like, it bothers me a little bit. Like, stuff like this, it'll never request it. And it's like, I understand you want to request full stacks, but I really wish it could request mixed stacks of things and being able to, you know, be a little smarter on the default. But it works. It's okay. Heat exchanger, rare, custom minimum payload 5. Now it will request them. But I don't want to request 50. And then steam turbine, rare, 10. I guess in this case I actually don't need a minimum because 10 is the stack size. So once we get our 10th rare, we'll be fine. I will not run the reactors continuously, and I don't need to base it on an amount of steam left in the tank because of the big change that they made to nuclear, which is so great. Now we don't need to worry about that. We can just, you know, measure the heat. We can only run it when it's cold. It's perfect. So, you'll definitely have inserters here. And requester chests are not a thing. Right. That feels so weird. But it's true. So I probably need some cargo space. Cargo to space? No, car do not go space. Cargo road. Right, I can't grab out of these with inserters. I do wish you could. Maybe I'll do it like this, and then I can have some wonderful, might as well do stacked fuel cells. Now, let's do some quick math on how many fuel cells do we need. Let's go with 5 to 10 hours of production. That's kind of an absurdly large amount that I, you know, can have a round trip easily within that amount of time. These burn through 40 per second out of 10,000? No, 8,000. So they last for 40, no, 8,000 divided by 40. They last for 200 seconds a piece. If I'm running 2 reactors, half the time, which they will run at half time at most, then, because I can only consume 80 megawatts, that's why, then we're only consuming 1 per 200 seconds. So each one lasts me 3 minutes. Technically, 18 will last me an hour. Did I do that math right? Yeah. 18 lasts me an hour. So as long as I have 100 fuel cells on the ship, we are more than fine. That's not very many, actually. Like, at all. What do they rocket? Yeah, it's like 10 rockets, but whatever. So that'll last me 5 hours. If I'm consuming the full 80 megawatts for that 5 hours straight, which obviously, if we're consuming that much power all the time, we probably have an issue as well. So that should be more than okay. These will be measured to stack size 1. Here, let me delete this for a second. I almost feel like we're gonna have a weird issue if we use up the last couple cells. I think I'm just gonna not worry about that and just never run out of cells that far. I could loop it and then you could use up the last few cells a little bit more evenly, but I don't think that's worth it. I will do a decider combinator. What's up, Dave? Thank you so much for the 31 months. Oh my gosh. Where is the time go? I don't know, but it goes fast. Alright, so we're gonna measure the heat. And technically, these will not be the exact same temperature. I think this one will be the colder one. Is that right? Because this one will have more heat that gets consumed. I don't know for sure. Because the boilers will suck the heat and they're more to the left. I don't actually know if that'll work out that way or not. That'll be interesting to see. But regardless, we will read the temperature and the fuel. And then this guy will say if... Oh my. I just crashed something. What did I do? I did Windows and some letter in a domain directory or something. I don't know. Didn't like that. Anyway, if the Wooba logo is greater... No. That's so funny that that's there. I don't think I've seen that before. If T is less than... We'll keep it at 7 hundo. And... fuel cell is 0. Then output 1 green go signal. I will also measure what is held in these inserters on that same line. So then as soon as these pick up the cells, this will read as not 0. And then they'll get put in and that'll still read as not 0. So that's great. And then we need to... Do I need to do anything else? Oh, I need to enable disable them. Right. Based on the green signal being not 0. And then can I attach this to itself? That feels so wrong, but it should be okay, because the outputs never mess with the inputs. And that's the same is true here. The input here would only ever... So because we're having completely different signals, it shouldn't matter. I think that's fine. Yeah, that all seems great to me. I will need some solar panels to kickstart everything. But that seems to work. Alright, now this is wanting a bunch of rare turrets. How many of those do I got? You can't just type rare, dummy. Type turret. We've got 35. I really wish it does tell me right here. I really am a dummy. Okay, I will request all 35, please. Did I do something wrong? Oh, it's because other things are on the way right now, probably. Yeah, I've seen other people mention a fix for this, and I agree with these other people. I think it should turn a different color when you have what you need on the planet. It's just not on the way yet. Because those feel like separate conditions. You don't have enough on the planet. You do have enough on the planet, and you're just waiting for available rockets, and it's actually on the way. Those feel like 3 different colors. Yeah, some sort of we've got it, but rockets are busy color would be nice. Anyway, so that's fine. And then, yeah, and then power's taken care of. And I don't think I need to do anything else with this. So power is solved. Feels like there's a lot of space back here that I might regret having. I wish I could move the hub. Because I actually just want to shift all this down. But I think the only easy way to do that is to shift everything else around it. Is that true? Or is there a way to move the hub that I don't know about? I guess there's stuff in it, so that probably wouldn't work. Yeah, Dave, I do need solar to kickstart, but for reasons like this, I'm actually waiting on purpose. Undo that. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that looks so cool to watch, though. Oh, man, I should do that more just for fun. That was neat. Yeah. I'll definitely have solar. I just want to wait until the whole thing's ready to go. I kind of want to design it all, and then we'll hit the green go button. But yeah, anyway, what I'm getting at now is I think I kind of want to shift all this closer so we have more open space up here. Because this kind of feels like wasted space right now. Maybe it's not, though. No. This is fine. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. This is not all wasted space. Okay, so then the asteroid loop needs to be connected to all of the grabbers. I don't think I'm gonna do any grabbers down here. Yeah, this is such a skinny space that I'm working with. It's certainly not gonna be enough. I'm thinking I should widen this by, what, 4 tiles, maybe? I don't want it to be very, very wide, but I think I need, like, 4 more tiles. So we'll copy this part and move it over by 2 tiles. We'll do 6. Why not? We're already here. And then copy this part and move it over by 3. Oh, you heard 4 times as big? Oh my god. No. No, we're not doing that. That's insane. I'm not that crazy. Alright. And I may need to blunt the nose a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, so that's actually still fine. We've got these turrets kind of in the core. Yeah, I kind of like... I don't think I need... Ooh, it's looking more and more like a rocket every day. I don't think I need anything else here. Oops, wrong way. And these actually do cover technically all of it. They're gonna have a little bit of a tough time snaking around, but it should be fine. So I actually think this is fine. I might do 1 more. Oh, of course it's not symmetrical. Makes me think I should do 2 more. 2 more rockets. And... more guns. This feels like a lot of ordnance, to be honest. I think this is gonna be enough. And if it's not enough, we can go slower, right? So that's always an option. I'm ignoring walls, Dave. I did have the same question in my own mind, but math is for blockers, walls are for losers, right? That's what I always say. I'm kidding. I don't actually believe that, but I am gonna act like it. Okay. this over. Okay, I probably did something wrong. Yeah, this is broken now. Okay, so ammo loop is still good. I think. I need belt visualizer by Code Green. The asteroid. This feels off. It's because it is. Okay, that's bad. Are these off? Yeah, is all of it off? Uh-oh. No, those are in line. Everything on the left is one tile too high after this, so this all needs to be moved down by one. Okay, I'll just use the W key here. Okay, there we go. I think. Anyway, is that good? It looks good. Yeah. Alright, we're coming together. Okay, this feels like enough space to actually do something in. And I've got space down here too. And if I really want to, I can change all these into undergrounds and have a lot more space, like, in between the... You know, like this feels pretty reasonable. And now I can use all this space on the edges. And then maybe I do the same here. Okay. Yeah, that feels a little better. Opens up some more of the usable space. Cool, it's coming together. The SS enthuse. All right, so asteroids. We are gonna have to do all sorts of processing. This is gonna be really interesting. I might have to use a sushi belt. I might not. That's to be determined. I'm also putting the front ones on the outside of the belt, and all the others are getting put on the inside, which I think is actually going to end up balancing out pretty well, because the front is going to get most of the asteroids. So it's good that we're putting the rest of the asteroids on a different spot. I also just realized I'm going to need a double whammy here. Okay, so how to make all the things. So we need ammo. We should probably start listing this stuff out. I'm gonna need iron plates and explosives. And then the rocket fuel. We now have the advanced version. So what's the difference? 2 carbon and 10 water get me 75, or 2 carbon and 1 calcite and 100 water get me 1500. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're doubling our water efficiency, and we're insanely multiplying our carbon efficiency by adding in a calcite. So that's easy. And then the oxidizer is the same story and also calcite. Okay, and then the calcite we get, it is costing us water. The calcite is basically less water that we'll have, but that's still, I mean, is a tiny cost comparatively. So we'll certainly be doing that. I think what I want is a asteroid reprocessing unit that gives me, you know, if we have too much of any one asteroid, it gives me more of the ones I need. So we have the capability to reprocess any of them. In fact, no, that's a bad idea. I was going to say we also could just reprocess them to delete them. So we could only ever reprocess asteroids. If we have too many, we reprocess it. And then if we have too many of any of them, they all get reprocessed until they just disappear. Because, you know, the total output is less than 1 unit. 1 chunk goes in, 0.8 chunks come out. So we would just end up deleting them. The problem with that, A, is I don't know if productivity affects this. So that's interesting. Does anyone know? Does productivity affect this recipe? Because if it does, after 3 researches, you'll end up netting extra chunks from this. And 2, problem is that that's just a lot of processing time that I don't know if I want to end up doing when I could just dump it off the edge when I have too much, right? So all that to say, I will be doing that. Is that the first thing I want to do? Wait, why am I forgetting? These are the chunks that come out of the asteroids. The oxide, the carbonic, and the metallic. Those are the things that will end up on the belt. Then we need to sort that out. If I have too many of a certain thing, we can reprocess it. So what we're gonna do, let's just start at the top here. Or maybe I'll start right here, because this is where like the majority will have ended up. So I'll do this sort of thing. No. Oh, I need to do that thing that I did on Fulgora at this point. I don't know if you guys remember that. I certainly don't. But it required like a double splitter design. Kind of ugly. Instead, I could just have some stack inserters that are filtered for each type, and then I can just turn those on or off. That might be a bit more elegant actually than a splitter. It feels weird because splitter filters are so easy, but not when you want to enable or disable them on demand. At that point, this might be a more elegant solution. But now that I think about it, I think I do want to just filter all of them. I don't know, there's so many ways I could solve this. Because I can overflow before this or after this. I could filter the grabbers. Yeah, that's a whole thing that you can do too. I could just not grab chunks I don't need in the first place, and that will save me some time. Then I have to wire them all up, but I guess that's not that bad. I might do that, we'll see. But for now, I actually think I'm gonna go with the stack method, because the stack method is great for 2 reasons. It's easy to turn on and off, unlike splitters, and it's also just easy to what's the word I'm looking for? It's easy to get it all stacked, so this increases the belt density off of this belt. Wait, what? No, I don't need a double filter. Oh, they don't stack. You're right. Oh, I totally forgot about that. I'm glad you reminded me that. I forgot that. I did know that, technically. Okay, well, then, in that case, we'll just go back to this. Back to this method. Okay, so we've got these guys, and these guys. And then I'll have the different types on different belts. Is this a good idea? I don't know. I know you guys like the sushi builds. You all in the comments have been talking about, you know, like, oh, I could just measure the amount on the whole loop and just keep that at a constant rate and that sort of thing. I know that's totally an option. I think I want to go with something a little different, but I'm not sure what yet. So we need 2 possibilities. We need the reprocess possibility, or we need to actually process it to make the thing we want to make possibility. right? Yes. That one's also interesting because if we don't want copper, it's far better to do the original. This one goes to 5 carbon or 10 carbon. Yeah. But then there's that part of me that's like, ah, screw efficiency, we'll just do it. We'll just always do this version so it's consistent. But what if I do something like this? And then if I want to reprocess, I do that on this end, and I dump the reprocessed bits back into here. And then we can measure the outer loop, and if the outer loop has too many of a certain thing, we can dump it off the edge. Yeah, I don't know, that could work. You say that, Teradol, however you pronounce your name, like I'm not just sitting right here. I'm right here, I can hear you. Do we know why he's not doing that? No. Do we know why he does anything? No, we don't. My answer's the same as Wascally. I don't know, he's playing the game. That's what my brain's doing. Why do I do anything? I don't know. Playing the game. Okay, so the problem is these create a variety of outputs, so we're gonna have to deal with that. But it'll work. It's also not beaconed this way. Ugh, I do kind of want a beacon for these. A beacon's gonna massively impact things. Yeah. Wait, why is it? Oh, this is interesting. I can't quality scroll right now. Oh no, they changed it. Oh man, all my muscle memory. Dead in the water. Now if you hold shift alt, it doesn't work, which is interesting. Okay, so anyway, this will be the processing, and that should be more than enough with a beacon attached. But then we have the issue of grabbing the inputs. Yeah, I'll just do this. Yeah, quality scroll is totally a thing, and it's great. Highly recommend. Okay, so maybe I do it like this. No, wait, I need 3 spaces. Oh, but then they're not affected by the beacon, so I need to put them here. This needs to go on this end. 2. Outside, inside. Grab. Okay. Cool. So output belt 1, output belt 2. This needs to be carbonics. Processing. Where do you find it? Wait, what? Oh, I'm not on the recipe selection. That's why I couldn't find it. Got it. And then... let's see... copy. Vertically flip. Paste it. Okay. So that's something like that. Okay, let's measure Read all belts. I guess we don't need this one. Do I really need these two? No, whatever. That's not a big deal. So yeah, I'll just measure the whole belt. To control some dumpers. And I may mirror this, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll just measure the whole belt. Enable, disable, no. Read belt contents. All. And that does loop all the way back around for now. And we'll just do like 100 per type for now. And that'll just prevent the outer loop from getting all clogged. 100 might be too few though. How many belts are we talking? So the undergrounds are 10, right? So that's like 100 belts, which is 400 items per side. Is this 10? Yeah. Plus the 2 that it's sitting on. So even just this distance right here is like 110. So that's 200 belts, which is 800 per items per lane. So I'm gonna bump this up to like 400 of each type. Max? Yeah, that's more reasonable. No reason to have it be such a small number. But no, this thing is gonna do the dumb thing again. Oh, I keep forgetting. I really wish there was the option to do an overflow split rather than a only filter split. Like an overflow filter. Like, filter this thing to the left if I can, but if I can't, send it back to the right. I don't know what words to use to put that all together, but we have to use multiple splitters to do that, like we did on Fulgora. So instead, we have to do the thing I was already doing, which is like on Fulgora, which was this, where that goes. How does this work? Is it like this? So everything goes left. And then the metallics go left? Why am I forgetting how this works? So everything goes to the left. Is this... So then... metallics go left. If this is backed up, then what will happen? Then it'll back up to here and they'll just flow on the right side. I think that's what we want. And then this input's priority left. I think... What do we have on Fulgora? I still have it. I can just look at it. This nonsense. So I was doing item type and then priority here on Fulgora. Also, can we just say that this is still running and that's kind of amazing? I did have to put nuking of extra objects, but the fact that this still works somehow, though, look at all these stone bricks. That's not good. Okay, so we do item... We do item first, and then priority. Like this. So yeah, only metallics are over here, and then we send metallics this way if we can, back onto the belt if we can't. Yeah, okay, that's right. And then we input priority here, so those metallics get priority over other stuff. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's the system that we need. And then this can be the next... Oh, but we can't input priority this. I think that's okay. It's not going to jam up because I have the... what's the word? I have the trasher. The chunk getter rid-of-rubbers. Just like we had spoilage getter rid-of-rubbers, we have asteroid chunk getter rid-of-rubbers, and that should do what we need it to do. Oh, you can input priority? Oh, I'll be darned. I don't think I've ever done that before, to be honest. Cool. Anyway, that's that. And this is the onyx, that's the oxides, and I think that's good. So now these get filled up with that filtered type. Gosh, this is ugly. Maybe I should have just used filter inserters. But what's done is done. So that's good. So now we'll process whatever needed. And now, unfortunately, we're gonna have to separately ditch ice or calcite if we have too much of one or the other. So what I could do, it's all going on one belt right now. What I think I'm gonna do is this is gonna output 3 things. The first thing to do is reprioritize the chunks that we already have. And now this makes me want to put them all on one side of the belt, because this is just going to get messier if we don't. But then I'm only using half the belt. I hate both options. I don't think I've ever heard this track before. Spooky. What I can do is if this has more than 5 on it, we disable this one. Okay, yeah, then I don't have to worry about siding of the belt. And then this one's gonna go back around. I think that's okay. Now I'll have to... Can't connect that though, so I have to connect this one. Am I gonna need a power pole just to connect wires? I guess I could technically just connect the building and not do anything with it. Just use it as a connection point. No, that's the wrong place to connect. I need to run that one. Okay. And then this guy. Filters chunks back. Oh, this is such a mess, and I love it. I love it. All right, and then this runs only if read belt. Okay. So basically, if the reprocessing one ever has 5 on it, then we won't run the non-reprocessing one. And then when we'll use the same input for the other reprocessing ones. So that will always kind of allow us to have enough of each type. Maybe. No, that's... Hmm. I don't know if I like how I'm doing this. Because if we measure... Because if this isn't running... I guess I can measure what's on the outer belt for what we need. Ah, that'll work. Yeah, if the outer belt gets low on any particular type, then I'll add more unprocessing. Yeah, we can kind of use the outer belt as a gauge of our total stockpile. Sort of. I don't actually know. So then this is gonna give me calcite and ice and oxides. Okay. So now the items are on the outside, so we gotta do this. Calcite. So this is now calcite and ice. This is now... no, that's the wrong side. They're already on that side. Okay, so calcite's on the left side, so we'll put the rarer one on the left side, so sulfur will be on the left side, so carbon goes on the left here. And then this guy... goes back to this, and we'll put copper on the left. Do I even need copper? I might not. Hold on. This might be pointless. Do I need copper for anything? I'm not making piercing ammo, I don't think. I don't think I'm gonna need it. And it's way more expensive in terms of iron cost too. I'm not gonna be making any of that stuff. Yeah, now that I think about it, the only thing I need is fuel and ammo. Just like the other ships. This just needs more ammo and more weaponry. So I'm not actually gonna do copper. It'll just be the normal version. I do need sulfur for explosives, and I do need calcite for better fuel. But this one I don't need anything fancy. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Rip copper, exactly. I just don't think I have a need for it. So then... I mean, free everything from space, right? Like, that's kind of just how it works if you want it to. So then we need the ability to reprocess the asteroids. Chunks of asteroids. What if I did a bank... that were along the main road, and if we had... We're gonna need decider combinators. So we're gonna do a decision that says, like, if we have too many... where are the chunks? Too many. And not enough of one or the other. I really wish you could nest. We have to do two separate and/ors, which is just excess. But something like this. So like we have too many metallics and we're short on carbonics or oxides, right? So if it's greater than... We'll just set 400 to be this. We'll set the ditching one to be different. And less than 100 of either of these, then we'll reprocess this one, metallic asteroid reprocessing. Yeah, that works. And now we just need 2 other versions of that. But we change that to carbonic, and then that's metallic. This music is kind of stressful. I like the music. I don't know if I like the music. If that makes any sense. Like, it's good music. I don't know if I like it for the factory building, just chilling and doing a thing. It's actually kind of stressful. What's up, Jet Epic? Thank you so much for the 2-month sub. What was I checking? I don't actually know what I was about to do. But those are both that. These are this. Oh, I was looking at the recipes. What are they? I was just double checking that they produce the same amounts of both, and they do. So then these I'm going to increase to 500. Which is still plenty. We already know, we measured the belt. It's an absurdly long belt. Because this section alone, we already said, is 110 units. That means 220 units across the way. Plus another... oh, I counted the undergrounds wrong. Ooh, I'm a dummy. I doubled up my undergrounds. So that's actually only 77 tiles times 2. 150 tiles. Plus another... I think we can rely on about 200 tiles total, which is only 800 on one side of the belt total, which means these numbers are way too big, again. 800 on one side of the belt total. So these would need to be a third of 800 at most, which is 266. So we'll say at 250 of any particular type, we start ditching them off the ship. But it will be then at 200 that we're allowed to start reprocessing it. Maybe I should be a little more allowant. Maybe we do 150 and only if we have less than 50. Ugh. You know, I could do this a lot easier if I used, whatchamacallits, parameterization. But at this point, I think that might be more work than it's worth. 150 and 50. Alright. Oh, and this needs to change the output. Reprocess ice, and that one reprocesses carbonic. Okay, and then we set the recipe based on those. And then when that recipe gets set, these should automatically make that, and then I just plop the results back on the belt. And there we go. And that should do it. Sweet. Red Raf! How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Alright, is this a second version of you? I swear you've been on Twitch before under a different name. Okay, but I think this is gonna work. I don't think it's gonna have any issues. He says that now, but that could be totally wrong. Read the belt. And then I believe that just hashtag works. We'll put it in a better spot. And then we can make those nice and fast with this beacon, or even we can even do another beacon, 2 more beacons. So we can make those really speedy reprocessors to the point where I actually might need more inserters. Okay. Now, the next thing to do is to ditch, to figure out trashing of these things. Like if we have too much calcite or too much ice. So here's the idea. So these 3 belts we want to flow, we want to be full. So we will do some sort of overflow. Let me just have some space for a second. We'll condense it here in a moment. So if we have 2, so we'll output priority left. This will go to off the ship. Then basically I'm fine ditching one of the things, but not both. So if this tile has the full amount of both, then I would like to stop this tile from flowing. And that'll basically be a way to ditch, because they're on separate lanes, that'll ditch one thing. If we have too much of one thing, it'll just get ditched. But then if we have enough of both things, aka this belt has 4 of each, then we can tell this belt to stop flowing, and then that will work. Another way to do it that's a little different, we could not use a combinator, is we could connect to 2 different belt segments, and we only enable each one. This is kind of like a manual anding of 2 conditions, right? Because if both belts need to flow, we're anding these conditions together. So I can say this one only flows if we have 4 of what we want there, and this one only flows if we have 4 of the other thing. That's actually not the same though, because we want it to flow. I could inverse it in a way that does the same as the combinator, but hey, I like the combinators. It's certainly easier to understand mentally, because we're basically just saying, you know, the stop signal if we have calcite is 4, and what's the other thing? Ice. Yeah, so if we have 4 of both, we'll output the stop signal, and the input's there and the output's there, and we're reading this. So that should work. So all I need is a splitter, and I need to be able to read the belt before and after the splitter. Okay. And then the rest can go off the ship. So then I can do that as soon as here. No, I need the 1 space after. And then this one, do the same thing. Output priority left, output priority right. And then put both of those there, and then this one needs a similar deal. And output priority right. Okay, so then at this point we just need to connect everything up. So that's calcite and ice. This is carbon and sulfur. Look, I know I'm not making copper, but we can make it look like we could support it. We might as well, right? Yeah? No? Yes? All right, we read the conditions of that belt. No, I did that backwards. We read, I guess maybe I should just switch these then, so it makes a little more sense. So we read, hold, enable, if red is off. Copy that setting. Copy that setting. Okay. I believe that will work to ditch all of the stuff we don't want. If we don't have enough of the thing we do want. Now, this copper one is going to break for now just because we only have iron. So I'll remove that setting. But, you know, it's nice to have future proofing or something. All right. Cool. Okay. So that's doing what we want it to do. So now we need to make... now we need to make stuffs. Let's make fuel down here. And I don't think we're going to need as many as we used last time. Chem plant-wise. I'm thinking actually 1 beacon's worth for each. Feels pretty good. So something like this. And I may have to move the fuel belt, but... something like this, and then... They both need calcite, which kind of makes me want to put a calcite belt in the middle. They also both need water. So we could do this. What's up, Crack-a-lackin'? I might do this sort of thing. Then I have better access with inserters. Alright, that works. Is the factory growing? It is indeed growing. Well, right now the space factory is growing. We're working on our Aquilo ship, and we're 1 hour and 10 minutes into this recorded episode, so I may need to do a cut here pretty soon, but for now we're fine. All right, so then the calcite goes with iron and carbon. So we need to separate out the ice. Go get melted. Get melted, idiot. And then the calcite. And then the sulfur. What's the path from sulfur to explosive? Sulfur goes to... oh, I need the coal. Right. So it is just straight up sulfur, though. But the coal is going to need to be made from reprocessed carbone, I think. This one. Sulfur and carbon makes coal, and then sulfur and coal makes explosives. Okay, so that'll work for that. But we don't need any sulfur down here. Just iron, copper, and iron, carbon, and calcite. This is calcite. This is iron. And this is carbon. So calcite gets combined. I wish I remembered what sides of belts things were on. Let's see. Calcite is on the left side of the belt. Carbon's on the right, so that works out nicely for these two. So there's calcite and carbon, and then that goes to this one. I am not building very space efficient at all, and I'm okay with that. And then iron, side of the belt wise, is on the right side, and that doesn't seem to change. And calcite's on the left, so that also works out nicely for this one. Okay. So then we've got that, and now we're making fuel. And does that accept productivity? It does. So we might as well get more bang for our buck here. I might have to do some efficiency in the buildings themselves if the power consumption's too high. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up being. And we'll do speed there. It could be too much power. I'm not sure yet. Oh, and this beacon needs to be of the rare variety. Okay. Hey, things are coming along. Things are coming along. I need to get water. I need to get all sorts of things, but they're coming along. So I think we'll call this a YouTube episode. So for those of you from the future watching the recording, this is going to be it. If you're here live, stick around. We're going to keep streaming. But for those of you from the future, I think we're in December already. Wow, that's crazy. I hope you're having a great day. As always, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next episode. Yeah, exactly, Wascally. What's not to love about a little bit of claustrophobia, you know? What's not to love? 13 missing. Wait, what? Still? I thought that would have been taken care of by now. Oh, is it meeting my... Yeah, it's filling my requests first, so... Let me walk over here and fix it. I do find that kind of interesting. It's like, when you're using both personal bots and personal logistics for modules, it's weird that, like, it's actually the buildings that get priority, but only if you're standing near it. Yeah. So you have to walk by things to make sure the building has the priority. So anyway, okay, back to what we were doing. Let me... The blinking is horrible. I wish you could disable that, to be honest. I don't think... Is there a way? I guess alt... No, alt mode doesn't even disable it. I don't like the blinking either, but I don't want to fire up everything. So I don't know what to tell you, because I can't fix that. But I'm not ready to fire up the whole space station, so I can't do that either. Wait, why is this off by 2 tiles? Oh, because the beacon can't be centered either. I should have brought the beacon 1 tile lefter, though. And then this will be closer to center. What just happened? Oh, I didn't cut those, I guess. Yeah, there is a way. 1 solar panel. No, but then everything starts running, and I don't want it to run yet. I'm not ready. We're not ready for the base to do its thing. Let's unbreak this. Don't worry, it'll be soon. We're not that far from firing everything up. That one runs into that. Okay, now that feels wrong still. How are they both... How are they balanced now? Oh, right, it's these that aren't balanced. We're fine. Okay, let's make sure those are similarly placed. Okay. So did I do the colors right? I did. I got lucky. I didn't even check. Wait, no. Maybe I didn't. Hold on. Orange juice is on the left. Blue juice is on the right. But orange juice needs the iron. And the iron is on this belt. And that does go left. Okay, that works out. Your Prometheum ship is working? Yay! Okay, so this is good. The modules even got here. So power's ready to go. Fuel production is ready to go. I am uncertain about how much fuel to buffer. Part of me kind of wants to say no to fuel buffering. I think I'll be able to produce it fast enough. So, Or do I want to buffer some fuel and then control the speed? Maybe I'll buffer a tank. Maybe I'll buffer a tank. Let's do it there. Alright, so I am just needing ammo now. We've got fuel. So now it's just making... oh, foundries are going to need calcite too, I guess, but that'll make our iron that we need, and then we're going to need to do the carbon synthesis, and we're going to have to do all that in this area. Yeah, we'll see if we can fit that or not. We may need to make ourselves some more space after all. Some more space in space. But for now, I'm going to take a real quick break. Oh, I kind of forgot about water being necessary for the reactors. We'll see if we have enough water. But yeah, it's just for the neighbor bonus to make sure that we have free power from each fuel cell, basically. If you have two reactors that only run half as often, you get twice as much power out of each fuel cell. So why not? Seems worth doing. What are these set to, by the way? When is this gonna stop? I just realized I don't have it stopping for any reason. These are set to stop. Okay. Enable. Oh, weird. That's like already there as a condition, but you have to connect it to a circuit for it to show up. That's interesting. It's not like I had to then create the condition. Okay, I'm gonna go with 50 being enough. Probably wasting my resources on E3s, to be honest. But it's cool to have, so we'll go with it. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, take a quick stretch break. You guys should do the same, and we will reconvene here in just a couple minutes. Alright, we are back. Lodro! 20 months, the big 2-0. Happy birthday. Alright, so let's turn off the quick break. Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to our Factorio Space Age playthrough. In our last episode, we really started work on the SS Synthus, our Aquilo-bound ship, and I just realized we need to take a screenshot for the purposes of thumbnailing the previous episode. So let me do that real quick. And yeah, so basically what we're doing here is we've got the fuel done, and that's hooked up, and we now need to work on explosives and ammunition and smelting the iron. The foundries are going to be the obvious choice for iron smelting. I probably only need one foundry, to be perfectly honest, to make iron plates. I guess we need two foundries, one to make molten iron, one to make iron plates. So 2 foundries, iron, calcite, and water? No, do we need water for that? I don't remember. I also need water down here. So we can maybe put this there. Let's see, so here's a water connection. It could be a little dangerous not prioritizing water. So we'll see if we have enough water or not. Maybe I can prioritize ice. Wait, what am I saying? Ice doesn't go down here. Never mind. So ice turns into water. That's pretty easy to do with a chem plant. You know, I could make higher quality chem plants. I haven't done that yet. But these are gonna melt the ice. And how fast do these work? These work pretty fast, 1 per second. I have very little confidence in how, like, I have no idea how fast we're gonna be getting stuff like ice. Really, really no idea. So we'll start with this. Prod modules? Free water? Speed modules, go fast? I don't know. And then here's where things get hairy. So we've got the sulfur. We need to take carbon, which is on, well, this belt. This is carbon right here. And that's going to be carbon and sulfur, and we need to turn that into coal and sulfur. So the recipe for coal is sulfur, carbon, and water in one of these. So sulfur, carbon, and water. Oh god, I have no idea what I'm doing. So close to the hub here. I guess that's okay. Well, no, we need room for water. So if we're doing coal synthesis, I kind of want a beacon for everything here, though. Maybe I can fit a beacon in just like right there. Yeah, maybe I put the coal out on the edge like this or something. And then the carbon and sulfur come from here. This is feeling top tier jank right now. But I love it. Here comes the chem plants. That's cool. That was neat. Animation timing. How many per second are we talking here? 0.43. Explosives come from 1 to 2. And then 2 explosives make 2 rockets. This is the thing. I just have no idea how many rockets per second we're gonna need, right? Like, and to some level, that's completely dependent on speed. But I'm just gonna say this is enough. Now, is that with the beacon effect? No, that's before beacon effect. Okay, we're fine then. So sulfur plus carbon makes coal. So then coal is on this belt. And then we have coal plus sulfur makes explosive. Now that's a slower... And I don't think we can do... We can do prod mods for explosives. Oh, okay. So that's actually the same speed. Interesting. But if we're making the full amount of coal, we're gonna need... This doesn't use anywhere near the amount of coal we're making. So I probably want more than one of these, is what I'm getting at here. Let's do 2 explosive makers. Maybe? What if I put this here? Yeah, this is better. And then I can do this. One more even. Okay. So there's thing 1. Sulfur is thing 2. Water is thing 3. Ooh, we're gonna get some real water spaghetti going on here. So water spaghetti. That just sounds disgusting, does it not? Water spaghetti? Ugh, gross. Like, imagine eating a bowl of spaghetti, but like pour a bunch of water on it. That's water spaghetti. we do not like water spaghetti. All right. We're doing things. They're weird things, but they're things. So we're making coal. We're making That's not explosives. We're making explosives. I'm not putting the explosives anywhere. That's now my new problem that I didn't solve. I guess we move this down a tile again, and then we do the thing where I put them along a belt. Claustrophobia is coming back. Yes, it is. Oh my. Oh my, indeed. What's funny is there's so much empty space. This is like just the least efficient build I think I could have possibly come up with. But we have explosives. And so now all I need is a really fast way to manage yellow ammo and rocket making. So we've already got a speed beacon right here. So part of me is like, can we just like make this happen? I don't think that's gonna work. But I feel like just one assembler is gonna be enough for yellow ammo when it's max speeded. Rockets, maybe not so much. But yeah, calcite and iron. Let's take a look at foundries for a moment. So calcite and iron are going to be accessible from here. So this could be our molten iron maker. And then That could make iron plates over here. Oh, I just hate not having the beacon close by. Let's move this down. Put this down here. Okay, I feel like there's enough space here to do what I want to do. Just having too much fun cramping it in. Yes, I am. I am having fun cramping it in here, for better or worse. Yeah, I actually do have room, believe it or not, for cargo bays right here at this point. Here and here. Because, yeah, we're going to need some. We're going to need some to take all the things we want to Aquilo. And I could pretty easily change this into undergrounds and probably fit a couple over here, so I think we'll be fine. I don't know, I kind of like making molten over here. Why not? And then we can pipe that over to make the plates. Maybe here? I don't know. Let's just try something. It's a little too close. What if I did this and this? I guess we can use stack inserters, because that's just for iron plates only. And then we feed in the molten. Somehow, well, I know. What I need to do is just put epic beacon on that, so I only have epic beacons allowed in my inventory, or in my hotbar. Definitely doing normal rockets in this case. Because the explosives actually deal less damage. I don't know. We'll see how it all goes, but for now, that's what we're going with. Okay, so then this, that. 1.5 rockets per second. I don't really know what these numbers are going to look like. We shall see. I also don't know. I might need to go a little less prod on these and a little more speed. This whole tooltip thing, I really feel like there should be a better solution. Crafting speed is... Oh, I didn't select the recipe. But, like, on balance, that requires 73 versus that requiring 12. So you need way more iron smelters than molten iron makers, but the middle beacon is still normal quality? Ugh, you're right. Yeah, explosive rockets would reduce the need for bullets. That is correct. Anyway, let's just try it. What's the worst thing that happens? I'm willing to reload a save if the whole thing crashes and burns. Or maybe I'll be inspired and I'll eat the cost of failing. One of the two. Alright, so there's molten iron being fed into here, making plates, feeding rockets and bullets. Rockets and bullets come together to become part of the ammo loop, which I have unfortunately not left enough room for. However, I can shift all this down with 0 cost. Well, I say 0 cost. And then I can do this and that. Alright. So that's good. And now the ammo is here. And then we do that. And then we merge in. And then if I really... Nope, that's the wrong one. Whoops, 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 whoops. Don't do that. Won't do that. Instead, we do this. And what I'm wondering is, should we read the ammo belt amount? And we can set... Or do I just let it go? And just we always input priority from the loop. I think we just let it go. See what happens. Oh, sorry. These need to be stack inserters. I want the belt to carry as much density as possible. I believe we are ready to go. Are there going to be issues? Heck yes, but I believe it's time for asking ourselves, what tier of solar panel can I bring up? I can bring rares. I have 46 rares. So the Synthus, solar panel, rare, 40. All right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, I wonder how many cargo bays I'll actually need. Probably fit another one over here if I try. That's probably enough. I don't know what all we're gonna take, but it can come back and forth a few times to bring more stuff. Alright. So... solar panels. We are officially powered up. Things are being grabbed. Oh boy, it's going. Things are happening. You know what? We have plenty of extra platform. Let's just make things happen a little faster here. Oop, there's some iron. Exciting times. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even feeding this. Hold on, there's already an iron and calcite belt here. This is kind of interesting. Let's prioritize iron and calcite to iron plate making. Okay, so then... reactors are running. Water's not watered yet. Probably because there's not very many oxide chunks, but there's one. And here it's getting processed. There's some calcite and ice. There's ice into water. We got water. I didn't connect my water up, did I? Yeah, this water's not connected. But there's molten iron. Okay, there's some plates. I mean, things are happening, yo. Where'd the sulfur end up? Oh, it was to make the coal. I see. Okay. Alright. Wow, that goes pretty fast. Okay, and then the water... I'm a little uncertain about the water for power. What that's gonna look like here. Okay, so this can come down. Well, maybe. Yeah, because we're not going to have very much water at first. But will that be enough for the power? Alright, well, we're definitely hot enough at this point. So now water will turn into steam, which will turn into power. What's the power network looking like? 59 watts? We'll see what happens once it actually starts running. We need more underground doodad-arinos. So we'll wait for those. Come on. There it is. Ooh, landed in a cargo bay. Nice. Good choice. Choice. Okay, so that water now, there we go, there's steam. Now we're rolling. Now we're out of water, but you know, understandable. Oh, I never connected my sulfur belt. That's also going to be part of the problem for not making explosives. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's not as fast as I thought it would be. Then again, that is a lot of rockets. Like, if that's running constantly. That is a lot of rockets. I don't know, we might be okay. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, we ditched some iron already. Interesting. Wow. Molten iron is broken in half. Why is this... What? Wait, I thought we checked this. Why did I do the wrong way? Huh. Okay. That's easily fixable. I don't know. When I checked it, I must have been off on something. Cut. Paste, but don't miss. Cut. Paste. Alright, there we go. There's the fuel. Are we out of power? Yeah, okay. I was like, why is this going so slow? Hey, thanks for the follow, Case TV. Not buffering the water is bold. Let's see. Is that bold? We've got a lot of things that will fill up. Is there any... Yeah. No, you're right. The ice doesn't buffer very much here. I was thinking there was more of an ice buffer, but... Yeah, having a little bit of... I think the word bold is incorrect. I think forgetful is the word you were looking for. Forgetful is the word. So yeah, at this point, we're gonna need a lot of water to like get things rolling. So why don't I It looks like the turrets have ammo, and the yellow ammo is starting to kind of make the loops, which is good. And the metallic asteroids are starting to build up, which is also good. Oh, these are not beaconed, or moduled, whatever the word is. Neither is those. Okay. We also deleted some weaponry. Let's see. So did I delete important thing? I wish I could filter. Like, I want to see just my asteroid producer ranges, or what? I just called a missile turret an asteroid producer. It's more like an asteroid deproducer. Definitely not an asteroid producer. Anyway, didn't I delete some over here? What did I delete? I guess I just deleted a single turret. Oh, that's not bad. I can just put one right there. Okay. Because we still have the missile coverage. Yes, thank you. Target filters. Let me do that now. Target priorities. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Big, big. Big, big. Alright. Copy. Is there a way to do this without pasting it over every single one? There might not be. Does an upgrade planner allow for filter changes? Like it does for module changes? It might work. Oh, you're right. I could have just copy pasted it as well. Too late now. We're done. I guess we do want to do the gun turrets though. I forgot to do ignore unlisted targets. Whoops. Alright, and then the gun turret. Copy, paste, paste, paste. I don't know why I didn't do this before I copied and pasted them all around the whole platform. That would have been optimal. Okay. Yeah, poof, I just got those ones. I think this is technically capable of spaceflight. Yeah, I mean, we've got fuel. Oh, shoot. Let's see. We did forget about one little detail. Throw it overboard. Maybe eventually. For now, I will keep it. Hold on to it, but yeah, we could always overflow it. Okay, so yeah, the issue is definitely water. Everything needs water. Which planet has the best amount of the old oxide chunks? You get up to 28 a meter. You get up to 28 a meter. You get up to 20. Oh, they're all the same. Really? Oh, I guess it's the mediums that are different. Mediums are pretty much all the same too. It looks like you get slightly higher medium oxide asteroids on the way to Fulgora. It gets up to 8 per meter instead of, or it gets up to 9 instead of 8. Everything else looks pretty much the same. So we'll go to Fulgora. So this is the maiden voyage of the SS Senthus, just to go get resources, we shall go to Fulgora. And it's not happening because we're still waiting for fuel cells. Okay, got it. Oh, is that a stack inserter? Oh yeah, that's a lot of fuel cells we're talking. But hey, we're doing it. We're going. We're going. Alright, so now we should see more stuff, right? There we go, there's some big boys. Ooh, the double grabbers are double grabbing. Good screenshot. Though we are kind of running out of power too. Oh, they're so slow when we run out of power. Yeah, we really need the reprocessing of the oxide asteroids for sure. Maybe I should have gone to Vulcanus just because solar's better there. That could have been a better choice, to be perfectly honest. Oh, we're going backwards. We're sliding. Yeah, I mean, the question is, once we're saturated, will we finally start seeing enough ice? And that's the thing I don't know the answer to. But we are finally kind of filled up on metallics. And so if I did these combinators right... Ooh, I just realized it's going to try to set 2 recipes at the same time if we end up having enough metallics. Then it's going to try to set it to... No, it'll set the 1. It'll only set reprocess, regardless of which of these I'm lacking. Never mind, never mind. Can I do... Hold on. There's a thing I didn't think to try. Which is... Wait, I'm out of productivity modules? I happened to use exactly 50? No, that's... I struggle to believe that. Exactly 50? No way. Come on. Are you serious? What are the odds? 0 leftovers because of that. That's crazy. Yeah, but what I want to do is this. So I, again, get more out of each chunk. Okay, so this is working. I think the key that I would like to fix... Is this easy to fix? I'd like to prioritize water going to power before thrusters. Which right now is not fixable, but I think we can manage something here. So instead we'll route the water to power around this edge. And then I think I'll put... It's all very tight. We don't have pumps here either, so we're gonna have to go back. This was good though. I mean, I got a lot more of various chunks by doing this, but we'll go back to Nova's here in a second. In fact, why don't I just order the return? I could make pumps in space, but that sounds like a lot of work. What do they cost again? No, we're not doing that. That's way too many steps. Okay, now ditching carbon and sulfur shouldn't be a thing. I should be reading a belt further down. I think that will help. Yeah. Okay, so then here I will just turn that off and we'll turn this on read. I see the problem. Okay. So there's that. Iron's just backing up. We've got a good amount of metal. Oh, we're actually reprocessing metallics. Oh, funny. We don't have them long enough. Because as soon as the inserters grab it, it goes back below the condition. But then they should put it back on. So eventually that'll overcome it. And the ammo is now starting to really like saturate the belt, and that's stacked ammo, so that's a lot of yellow ammo. Okay, what did I want to request? Available on planet 46. Of course there's not enough. Of course there's not enough. I wanted some pumps. Yes, exactly, Escally. Okay, am I taking crazy pills? Yes, that's where all the rockets are going. And then I'd like to request productivity module 3, epic, minimum 40. Okay. So we'll get those. All right, this is actually working. I mean, I'm sure there's something broken somewhere, but the basics are all going. All the turrets have ammo. The grabbers are grabbing. The asteroid chunk loop is asteroid chunking. The reprocessing of self bits seems to be working properly. Now here's an interesting question. I think the inserters grab close before far, so when this stops, the ones that we already have should be put back onto the belt, and it won't have to consume the whole outer row first. So that actually works out okay in this instance. The other places, it won't matter because they're side loading. This one could matter. I don't know. So I'm definitely glad we set this up, because we are going to need to reprocess metallic chunks. We just get so much iron. There's no way we're going to need all that iron. Well, you know what I should do is bring up assemblers of rarity. I have 60 epics. Sweet. Assembler... 20, epic, 20. Okay. Okay, now we got our prod 3s, so now our asteroid crushers are prodded. Oh, wait a second. Is this going to be a problem? I hadn't... you know, now I see it. Because we're not putting... Yeah, it would have taken more space. Maybe I just should have put them on different sides of the belt to start and done filter outputs. Because then they would have been side by side from the beginning. Right now they're only side by side from here. Whatever. It's far too late to change at this point. Oh, these are just processing like instantly. Oh, they actually are finishing their recipe sometimes. These have already finished 130 products each. Okay. I thought they hadn't even run yet, but that actually is working. It just goes really fast. Cool. Cool. Okay, so now the pump and that whole nonsense. Okay, so we want water. Basically, oh, this is so jammed in. Jammed in tight here. 1,000 a second? There's no way I could ever use that much fuel. These can only consume 600 a second at max. So I just don't need these. Straight up. Do not need. And that gives me a little bit of space here to mess with things. So we'll have a water doodad. That's hooked up. And then we'll have a piece here. And we only activate this pump if water is greater than 1,000. So basically that always means I reserve some water for power. Maybe I even go to 2,000. The problem is we then are prioritizing things like explosives and coal synthesis as well above thruster fuel, but I actually think that's okay too, because those are more important, right? Like having the rocket ammo is always more important than moving forwards, because the more you move forwards, the more you need rocket ammo. So you want rocket ammo to be the priority there. I actually think that works out okay. The issue, I guess, is that we're giving power the same priority as those things, whereas we want power to have the highest priority, technically. Yeah, like our water is decreasing right now. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. I'm a bit concerned about water. Unlink the water at the exchanges. Oh, did I keep something connected? At the exchange. Oh, thank you. I think in this case it didn't matter because it was done. These were backed up already anyway, but yeah. Now, ditching calcite is interesting because what that means is I would be more optimal if I wasn't using the calcite water recipe, but instead just used the regular oxide asteroid processing if I had enough calcite. I'm considering if that's worth adding a combinator for, because we could read like, is this full of calcite? If so, set the recipe to thing, otherwise set the recipe to other thing. Does that seem reasonable? I think that kind of seems reasonable. Because we'll get a lot more water if we make that change. Because right now, extra calcite is basically me throwing water overboard, and that feels kind of bad. Or I should call it potential water, but it is basically what it is. So why don't I do a decider Is there a way... What's the way to do this? Because I want it to output... I really wish there was an if-else output. Like, if blank, do blank, otherwise do blank. I might need 2 combinators for this. Yeah, it's also entirely possible that we just get plenty of water when we're moving, and it's just sitting here at Nauvis that we run out. But I kind of want... I guess things like beacons are costing us power. So that's part of the problem. So at least if we're going to be sitting at places like Nauvis, we're probably going to have some power issues sometimes. But we can fit in a few extra solar panels here. Logged out from Twitch on Castor Labs. Why on earth? You work perfectly for hours and hours and hours and hours. Aloy, you're not too late, by the way. We'll get your name in game, don't worry. But yeah, do I want to control this? So I would have one that measures if... I mean, I can just measure this same green... Yeah, why not? Let's try it. This seems easy enough to do. So basically I connect this same wire to the inside of that, and then I connect the outputs to these 3, and then I'll just do set recipe, and this will just say if calcite equals 4, then we're gonna set the recipe, which is asteroid processing of the normal type, and then otherwise we're gonna, if it's less than 4, we're gonna set the calcite type, advanced processing, and then these are just gonna be set to set recipe. And that's not working. Why is it not working? Shoot, what did I do? There we go. The other issue... Wait, what? If you need water... If I back up on calcite and can't make water from my power, wait, how would that work? Even in the previous version, that would have happened. Because I was dumping extra overboard of ice or calcite previously. In this version, if we have calcite, we'll just only make ice. If we don't have calcite, it'll switch back to making both. So we should be okay. Should be okay. But yeah, now we're getting a lot more ice. Because this basically turns 0.8 asteroids chunks into 5 ice. The other recipe is turning 0.95 chunks into 3 ice. So that's far, far worse. Yes, sorry, overboard dumping is already set up over here, so that's not a worry. I don't need to dump calcite anymore. Oops. I just deconstructed a whole belt on accident. Yeah, I right-click sometimes on accident. I don't know if it's the way my hand rests or how I sit or whatever, but sometimes I like the way my hand is, my right finger just gets heavy enough that it clicks, and that has caused me some serious problems in games before. Especially when I deconstruct something on accident. Anyway, Aloy, let's get you pasted here. Where was your most recent? I don't know. Ooh, that one was in belts. Where can we put you that you haven't already been? That's the real question. We can put you... You know, we could put you inside of the other art. That'll be... No, that wouldn't feel right. We need to put salsa in there at some point. No, Wascally, it's not a tired thing at all. Like I do it all the time. It's just it's something with the way I sit or something. I haven't really tried to science it out yet, but it definitely happens pretty regularly in all sorts of different games and scenarios. So it's just a me problem. It's a me not humaning very well. Coordination maybe, I don't know. But yeah, let's figure out if water's good. It looks like water's pretty good. Cool. All right, so shall we not just me, you do that too? All right, good to know it's not just me, Sneaky Pete. I do think it's the way my wrist is sitting. As I'm thinking more about it, like my hand is leaning kind of like twisted more to the right. So I think if I were to sit, I probably not ergonomic. It's probably an ergonomics issue. Let's be honest. I need better ergonomics. Yes, Wascally. I know your solution is to filter the grabbers. But what's the fun in that? It's way more fun to see stuff get tossed overboard. Better to have grabbed and ungrabbed than to have never grabbed at all. You can quote me on that. I think we're good to go though. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's just see what happens. I'm gonna save the game. 44 pre-Aquilo. And here in episode 46 or whatever we're at, I am going to say add station Aquilo. And we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I mean, Wascally, there are different problems that might prefer that solution, but the problems I'm dealing with right now, this is fine. I mean, to be honest though, if we were to get to the point where we had so many oxide chunks passing us by, but we were actually grabbing equal amounts of all three, but then just reprocessing the other two, but then the amount of oxide chunks I had overall wasn't enough, that could be a reason to switch. But yeah, let's see our first big asteroids, baby. When do those show up? Oh, we're still on our way to Gleba. We have to go to Gleba first. I kind of want to look, but I'm not gonna look. We'll wait and find out. We will wait and find out. I also might be going way too fast. Okay, hold on. Let's just chill for a minute. I want to put in a speed controller. Of course, there's one too few tiles right here. But yeah, let's grab a pump. And I really wish... Wait, what? How do you... Oh wait, do you read the speed by connecting to this thing? I actually don't know. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, well, I'm just gonna use that as a jumping spot. I could radar, yeah, I don't have radars with me is the problem. Okay, so then we'll connect that, and you will only work if, what's the letter? You have a need for speed, which is V. Okay, for now I'm just gonna let it be manual. I'll put it at 100. I'm gonna limit my speed a bit here. I don't know how hysteresis is gonna work with this, but we'll find out. We will find out. All right, Synthus, let's go. We're on our way to Aquilo, baby. Okay, so now it's turned off pumping. We're gonna go faster than 100 for a while, and then it's gonna drain back down. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see how that works. All right, these are mediums so far. Speed below 100, goes back above 100, goes up to about 125, then goes back down again. Okay, so that keeps us going. Ooh, here's a big one. Here's a big one. Our first rockets. Yeah. Heck yeah. Look at how many chunks they give us. Look at all those chunks. Oh, this thing cannot empty out anywhere near fast enough. I need better quality long inserters. But I have a feeling we are going to be pretty safe. I guess we could look at rocket spent versus you know, produced to see if we're keeping up with spending. Let's see, how do I do that? I do this. I look at this. And I look at 1 minute. Oh, we're only using 40 a minute at this stage of the game, and I'm making 200 a minute? Yeah, we're good. Why not use it? Well, bulk insert is pointless with chunks because they all stack to 1 anyway. But it's because I'm going over the regular belt. I could use undergrounds in some of the other spots, but here in particular, I wouldn't be able to. I guess I could put one up here and then go that, and then if it's on the, it's on the wrong side of the belt for that to be underground. But yeah, this seems to be working just fine. Sweet! I think I could go faster than this. I think we could go faster. Got plenty of water now. I'm guessing we have, yeah, about 150 of all the chunk types. Which should mean this is enabled? No, we go to 250 before we start throwing things overboard. Okay. Y'all, we got an Aquilo ship! Boom, baby. And not just an Aquilo ship. This could be our new default for going anywhere, right? I think this is pretty stable. For the inner planets too, if I wanted it to be, though it holds less than some of my other ships. I may need to make some slight adjustments so we can add more cargo space. Like I may need to route these things a little different and go around or something, but we'll see. Wait, cargo bays can have quality now? And that get, oh, well that helps a little bit. That helps a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I could for sure fit, I could snake my way over here and just use this whole area. That doesn't seem that hard to do. All right, we're almost there. 29. We're ditching oxide chunks? What is this world? It must be a cold world we're about to arrive at. Indeed. Indeed it is. Although I'm not there, so I can't actually descend on the planet. But we made it! Proof of concept. Okay, well. That being said, I don't think we need to restrict our speed to 100. So let's up that to like 150. And head on back. because everything seems to be in order. Woohoo! And I don't even think, I mean, looking at rocket consumption, we never even got close to matching production. Even at the highest usage, we were still only at 3/4. So now it'll be consumed a little faster this time because we're going faster. So we'll see. Oh, okay. Cargo bays always had the bonus. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the recent chest update was what changed that. So that is interesting. Yeah, it seems like I have enough defenses to go at this faster speed too. And this is almost my max speed. I think we saw the max was like 190 or something. So I might just be able to use full speed ahead on this bad boy. Because yeah, there's a short time where the usage is above the 200, but once we get closer to Gleba, like that reduces back down under. So for that short time, we can use the buffer of rockets that we have on the belt. And pretty soon the production's gonna be full, right? Like this belt has got to be almost full of rockets. In fact, is it? Like, are we there yet? Ah, yeah, almost. The buffers are starting to fill with rockets. So pretty soon we won't even be making rockets anymore, which will then further decrease our usage of certain chunks. This feels wrong. Yep, I don't have this set. This would break badly. Oxide chunk, less than 5. Okay, there we go. No, that should be stopped. Why is that belt still running? Oh, because this is not reading the whole belt. There we go. This one is doing the right thing, and this one is... doing the right thing. Okay. I'm not using my epic assemblers. Oh my gosh, you're right. You're right. Ooh, doggies. Now we're talking. Jeez. That's some rockets right there. Not that I needed more, but man. Okay. All right, I'm pretty happy with this ship. Let's see if we can... Yeah, guys, I don't talk about backseating all the time, but like, you guys can play the game how you want to play, and I can play how I want to play. There are pros and cons to pretty much every play style, not to mention just what style I enjoy the most. So, you know, I get that there are certainly other ways to do things that might be better, and I might even switch to those later. But part of the game experience is playing and learning that, and like, even if you're right, it's still fun for someone else to go on that journey themselves to learn that that other way is better, rather than you just tell them the other way is better. There are certain times where I do like to just kind of get told the answer and just go with it, but oh crap, that's the wrong one. But in a game like this, I definitely like to, for the most part, figure things out myself, and etc., etc. You know, you learn things don't work after they stop working. Now, how can I... Speaking of spaghetti... Yeah, I mean, I do agree that sometimes certain things can be a little too frustrating, and, you know, sometimes you want a little bit of help, but I haven't really hit any walls with Factorio in a long time. I'm pretty good with Factorio at this point in life. Now, it's funny, like, we have almost enough space here to do what we want to do. I guess I could move... No, that wouldn't help anything. This thing is the problem. Can I just move that? Yeah, I think I can. This kind of sounds like the castle music from Mario. Like a lot like the castle music from Mario. That's very odd to me. Yeah, there is a blueprint culture with Factorio that I think is a little weird. A surprising amount of people use other people's blueprints that, yeah, I'm kind of like, is that really how people want to play the game? Like, it's totally fine if so, but I do think often you're stealing your own joy by using other people's blueprints. There are certain things where I'm like, no, it really doesn't matter at all. Like a balancer, you know? But there are certain types of blueprints that people commonly use where I'm like, that does feel like you're kind of ruining your own fun by doing that. Like using someone else's mall blueprint is another thing where I'm like, okay, I get that if you don't really like that particular challenge where it's just a bunch of spaghetti to feed a bunch of this set of 4 ingredients to make this set of 10 items, like in old vanilla Factorio before Space Age. Like, I get that if you might want to use someone else's mall blueprint or a balancer book, but past that, when you're taking like someone else's base in a book, it's like, wait. But at the same time, I have no judgment for people that actually have decided to play that way and they know that's what they prefer. There's a difference between gatekeeping and recommendations, right? Like, I would never recommend somebody watch Factorio before they play Factorio. Like, don't go on the Reddit, don't go on YouTube, just play the game and have fun. That's my recommendation. But if you know that there might be a cost associated with using someone else's blueprints and you understand that that's kind of how it can work and you still want to do it anyway, that's totally your choice. Because some people might just really enjoy pushing the base to its limits and not really care about the design of the base. If that's you, that's fine. That's certainly not that's not what I enjoy out of the game. I enjoy the designing, but some people might enjoy the using of the base and not the designing of the base, and that's technically fine if that's what they want. You know, I think most of us don't find that to be the reason to play Factorio, but that doesn't make you wrong if that's what you enjoy. All that to say, I do think most people have that recommendation though, and I've seen many people on the Reddit actually saying they regret going online and finding blueprints or watching someone else's YouTube video. I see more people regretting that they did it than being glad they did it. So I think that's a good indicator that, like, you should be really careful before you look at other people's designs and blueprints if you haven't tackled those problems first yourself. But yeah, exactly, Aloy. Like, I don't think the idea is never look at what someone else is doing. I think it's more try to figure it out yourself first. Because otherwise you might rob yourself of ever doing the thinking about those things in the first place. Yeah, so like, it's a big difference between like, oh, I've played this game for hundreds of hours and I want to go look at some designs and try them out and see how other people solved this problem, versus like, this is my first time playing the game, I'm just going to copy what someone else did. That's more the type of thing I think most people want to avoid, unless they're really sure about what they're doing. But anywho, I believe we're an hour and 10 minutes into this episode, so this is a perfect place to start to wrap up the episode here, because we are pretty much ready to go to Aquilo. So we are going to look at the tips and tricks. We're going to start loading up some things into the ship, and we're going to see if we can make Aquilo work. We're probably going to need a lot more trips to bring stuff we forgot, so I'm not going to try to pack everything on the first trip. Solar sucks, we know that. Bots are weaker here. There's crude oil. The player could end up stranded without enough support from other planets. Well, we've already proven our ship can go back and forth, so we should be okay. The surface can only be expanded by ice platforms. Concrete used as a foundation, protects the ice from melting. We need to heat things with a heating tower. So that's all, basically what we learned from the FFFs is what they're telling us here. Can you give me a hint? If it's about Aquilo, probably not. I kind of just got done talking about how I like to solve things for myself. So unless it's like a glaring, obvious thing that, like, for some reason I have backwards or something. I think for the most part I'd like to see how this goes. Yeah, you guys are kind of talking about using blueprints as an example to build off of. And again, I agree with that. It's more like, have you tried solving it yourself first, rather than the first thing you do is go look at other people's solutions. But again, that's even fine if you just know that this isn't a problem you're interested in solving for yourself. Like, balancers are a good example of that, and I'm guessing a lot of people are going to be doing that with quality gamblers, because quality gamblers, the really good ones, require the usage of combinators and finicky stuff, and I think a lot of people are going to be like, I don't actually care to sit down and design all of that, and I actually just want a thing that upgrades quality, and I feed the resources into it, and it does the rest for me. And I think that, like, balancers have always been an example of that, and I think quality gamblers are going to be a similar instance where a lot of people don't really want to try to figure it out. I think the auto mall, or like the craft anything machine, is something that a lot of people are going to copy, just because it's like, well, it's totally possible, and if I sat down for 100 hours and tried to solve it, I probably could. But that isn't the kind of challenge I'm looking for, so I'll just go find someone else's, you know, craft anything machine. And that's the sort of thing where I actually, like, I personally probably won't go do that, but I could totally understand someone else wanting to do that, and I wouldn't fault them at all for that. Because it is a different type of challenge to design the craft anything machine with combinators and circuits versus, like, building the factory and building, you know, all this stuff. Like, those are different types of experiences, and if you like one more than the other, that's totally fine. Anyway, yeah, so let's start. I will be done with this episode here in a minute, but let's start thinking about what we want to take on the Senthus for our Aquilo trip. I'll make a new little category here. So this is still working on... Did we delete the fuel, by the way, when we redid that belt? I think it deleted all the fuel, which is why this is taking so long. So we're definitely going to want inserters, and we're definitely going to want long inserters. Now, I'm going to just go straight for uncommons here, which I don't think I'm making anywhere. No, let's grab this. Parameterize. Wait, what? Oh, that's the thing. That to red. And then we'll copy that in. And then we'll say, just make a bunch. Okay, so that should... Yeah, it is rather cold, so I will need a big coat. Unfortunately, there is no coat in the game, but I'm thinking we should be okay with our big mech suit. So yeah, power is going to be a thing. I'm thinking... what am I thinking? Because, like, nuclear could work to start us out if I can get the ice to melt to turn into power. I think we can at least kickstart things with solar. I know solar is like 1% or whatever, but we should at least be able to kickstart like an inserter swing or two with solar. So maybe I do nuclear. I mean, heating towers work too. I could take a bunch of rocket fuel and do heating towers. It's kind of either or. Some of it is just getting there and playing around with things and then deciding what I need from there. So that's a part of it too. So we'll do heating towers, which I'm not making anywhere. let's do that. Eh. I still, part of me feels so weird that these come from Gleba, but I do get it. I feel like it kind of makes sense that they just used heating towers as an incinerator, because that's essentially the purpose it serves on Gleba. I mean, you do get power from incinerating things, though, so I guess that is a pretty big power generation. And yeah, we're gonna let this run a little bit, because we definitely want a lot of heat pipes, like a lot of heat pipes. And in fact, I think I might just make that faster. Alright, so that's like a lot of heat pipes. Can these be made in a thing that productivizes? No, it cannot. Yeah, I mean there's lots of options in terms of stuff from orbit. As far as I know, pretty much everything other than uranium and stone can come from orbit. So, which a lot of people have complained about this, and I kind of agree with them. It is really weird that you can't get stone from literally like a billion different asteroids. I kind of understand it from like a gameplay balance reason, but it also is kind of funny that like, wait, I can't get stone in space where there's like all kinds of different asteroids. But anyway, so let's see. I think mostly I'm gonna want to take some supplies so I can handcraft a variety of different, you know, a variety of different things. So we'll do like a full rocket of green chips. We'll do a full rocket of red chips. We'll do a full rocket, maybe 2 full rockets of blue chips. We'll bring engine units, 200. We'll bring electric engine units, 200. I'll bring low density structure, 200. Bring iron plates, 1,000. It would also be kind of fun if it told you the total inventory space, like how many slots this would all cost you. Because otherwise you just have to wonder. Like, is this going to be too much for how many cargo bays I have? Maybe. Don't really know. Hey, Rayclaw, how's it going? And good night to you, Tiridorol. I'll be done soon anyway, so don't worry. You're not going to miss me going to Aquilo. I'm not doing that in this episode. We're just going to finish up with some prep here. Steel. 800. Solid fuel. I will take 1,000. All the silica in the disk during the birth of the solar system coalesced into the planets, and no asteroids. Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's be honest, the number of asteroids we run into is also kind of absurd. Like, if you were going for realism, the asteroid density is nowhere near that level, even in an asteroid belt. Not to mention, most of the distance between 2 planets is not asteroid belt, even if you had 2 planets with asteroid belts. So there's a lot of stretching of realism that's happening here, which is fine. I like it that way. Let's see. I don't think I want 2,000 plastic. How about 1,000? And batteries for sure. I would like, yeah, 400 batteries is good. Maybe 800 actually. Now here's one I'm happy with someone telling me. Are there cliffs? I don't actually know if there are cliffs or not. I know it's just an ice platform, right? So I'm guessing there's not cliffs. If there are cliffs, I'll take some cliff explosives, but I don't think there are. Next, he's gonna tell us we can't walk around with nuclear power plants in our pockets. Exactly. Exactly right. I don't really want 50 radars. That feels excessive. But I will take a little bit of radar action going. There is always, yeah, SE to bring us a bit closer. I mean, really, though, if you want more accurate space stuff, I don't think Factorio is ever going to be the place for that. You need, like, Kerbal Space Program or... By the way, those who are sad about Kerbal Space Program 2, I highly recommend you check out Juno New Origins. It's not the same, but it has enough of the same things, and it's definitely similar. I think it's the closest thing to KSP that there is. I had a lot of fun with it. In fact, I have some videos on it if you go look in the search. I do want to take decider combinators. Arithmetic combinators, or arithmetic combinators, I should say. Take all the combinator types. We'll take all the chest types. Take some bots. They're gonna be real bad, but we'll take them anyway. Let me check the numbers on that. Rocket, capacity 10. 50, okay, yeah. Let's see. Lamps. They're gonna waste my power and heat, but I want them anyway. Power. Lots of pipes. Definitely want pumps. Pipes. Not enough pipes. Belts. We'll do 500. $150. Splitters. Chests. I'll make tanks where we need them. They're not hard to make. Not doing anything with rails. Maybe I want medium power poles. Just in case. No, I can handcraft those. Stack inserters. Yes. Oh, but those are being imported from the wrong planet. By default. I still don't, yeah, see, this is doing that too. I still don't know the best answer for this, but I do know something has to be changed to make it the optimal user experience. I don't know if I have the solution though, but just being able to do any planet when you intend to, when that item isn't being requested below, I think would be a good kind of like works the way the player wants it to solution. Because, like, obviously, if the planet's requesting it and your ship is requesting it, you don't want them to be going back and forth. That's bad. Everybody agrees that's bad. But it could just be smart enough to not move the item back and forth when both things want it. But yeah, and maybe they're just trying to guide the player to, like, well, maybe you shouldn't be requesting it from somewhere that isn't Vulcanus. I like the simplicity. Even though it might require some extra spacecraft trips. A lot of people do the same thing with trains, you know what I mean? Where, like, you bring a bunch of items to a central location and then you distribute from there. You know, the hub idea. I think we are... What is going on here? How do I only have 2 of those by now? Something must be wrong if I only have 2. Oh. Yellow inserters are just never made available to the network. Or something. Where even are my inserters? Right here. Oh, they go straight into blues. That's funny. So that's that problem. And then... Wait, what is this? Oh, this was the old gambler that I retuned, right? For making. And where did I put the... Oh, I'm going for 100 epics. That might be a bit much. Let's go for 50 epics. Some other day when I have a bigger base, I could think about that. We're still spending all of our resources on like epic efficiency 3s. Whoa, 95%. That sounds like so much, but the minimum for a building is 20 or whatever, so it doesn't. It just helps more when you're fighting against the power increase on other things. Oh, but that does remind me of some other requests that we need, which is modules. I definitely want some rares, some epics. I'm gonna go with 20 of these because I just don't think I'm gonna need that many of the best variety. I think just having some regular 3s is more than good enough. And then we'll do 50 purples of those, and then I'll do 50 blues of those. Beacons. I might as well request 40. Assemblers, epic, 25. Okay, that's a reasonable start. We'll figure out power and stuff in the next episode. But yeah, I think we'll call this the episode. So as always, for those of you watching from future YouTube recording, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, so I think that's going to be about it for the stream as well. It's a little later than I thought it would be after 2 episodes. Wow. We're going to Aquilo, the final planet. The Derpamoo's damaged. Oh, right, this is where biters... This is where biters bite. So I guess our new system still isn't quite... Wait, they spoiled just now? How? Wait, how are their eggs getting here that only have... Or are these eggs left over? Uh-oh, is there a leftover problem? These must be left over from the previous trip. Doesn't really make sense, though. This is requesting the full 500. What is happening? How are there... Oh, I need to request more than 500. Maybe. Yeah, I think that might be what's happened. Yeah, we'll just request 2,000. I think somehow some of them spoiled once, and that created this cycle of I have 800, I give 500, I get 800, and then there's always these 300 that are like sometimes spoiling and sometimes not. I think that's what's been going on, or something of that nature. I'm not gonna lie, spoilage I like as a mechanic within a planet. I don't like extraplanetary spoilage being a thing. I don't mind it for the research packs alone. I think everywhere else, I think I'd prefer it to be just something you deal with on the planet itself. Because I think the space platforms are... It's just enough little bits of trouble of getting it on the space platform, and do you have the rockets, and is it the timing is not easily controllable of all these pieces, and I don't know, between all that I haven't enjoyed too much like the biter egg spoiling or the bioflux spoiling. Well, of course it's part of the challenge. I'm saying I don't know if I super like it. Obviously that's part of their design. It hasn't so much felt challenging as it's felt cumbersome, is maybe my perspective so far. Like I like the idea of it on paper. I don't know if I've actually liked doing it. I did really enjoy Gleba though. Like Gleba, I think I actually enjoyed more than Vulcanus. So like I really like the spoilage mechanic. I just don't know if I like having to deal with the interplanetary spoilage. Again, I don't really mind it for the research packs, because that feels kind of like this, oh, you just get it on this timer loop and you get what you can get. But for whatever reason, the bioflux and the eggs and all that, it just feels, I don't know. I haven't loved that as much. Man, I can't believe we're still not making enough blue circuits after all this. But I don't think there's really anything I can do here without rebuilding it. I do really like that the bioflux lasts 2 hours. I think that helps a lot to make it less frustrating. But I think the eggs only being 30 minutes. And again, it's like, I understand that's kind of the whole point, is to be a challenge, but should it be that challenging to just make the overgrowth soil? Like, that's not even like, I wouldn't even say that's a next level thing. That's just getting one of the recipes of the game done. And it actually feels like that might actually be a bit too much. I think if biter eggs being half an hour is maybe the, now that I think a little bit more about it, that might be the thing I'm pushing back against a smidge. That feels a bit like, but again, you know, I guess the game's designed to be harder. That is kind of the point. I don't know, maybe it's fine. It's not even that like I haven't been able to accomplish it, because this has worked fine. It's more the enjoyment of it just hasn't been as high. Like, if I had just been able to ship a product of biter eggs back to Gleba to accomplish the overgrowth soil, I think I would have preferred that solution, even though at the end of the day they equate to the same product. Anyway, I digress. All that to say, I've actually really enjoyed spoilage a lot more than I even thought I would. So like, I'm really glad they put spoilage in the game. I think it was a little bit of a risky move, and it sounds like the Gleba of the LAN party was not that amazing, and I think they turned Gleba into something that's really fun, and I think they turned spoilage into a mechanic that is like A+. I love it. I do wish we had freezers for certain things. It would even be fine if certain things couldn't be frozen, but I think it'd be cool if there were certain things like nutrients maybe that you could put in freezers for, but then maybe it makes certain problems too easy to solve. So it's like, I think like, for mods at least, it'd be cool if you could do that. Maybe it wouldn't fit in the base game. But yeah, I am going to say my goodbyes here. I'll be streaming more tomorrow. Yeah, Gleba is really scary when you first start. Oh my gosh. There was a little bit of that, like, how do I play this game? Like, what am I even doing? Everything's just turning to spoilage before I get anything done. But once you get it running, it's really satisfying. I really liked this. And this is such a small little spaghetti base here. Look at this. Most of it is just building other things. Alright. Let's get out of here. Yeah, you're welcome, Sneaky Pete. See you later, Alor. I will be streaming tomorrow. So, tomorrow is Aquilo Day. Woohoo! Costume. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. See you later, Wascally.